Hey guys, Anna Green here with Anna Be Changing. I'm here to help you believe in yourself again, take action, and create your story. So let's dive in. What I'm going to give you today is an action plan. How can you take this information and move forward with it and start developing a plan for yourself to start creating new habits that you want, to go after the dreams that you're looking for, to take more chances and challenge yourself? How can you do that? So here's the plan I was talking about that'll help you to do it. So I'll put this on my blog as well. I've got an infographic that I'll share with y'all that'll kind of break it all down. But this is basically 10 steps that you can do to get yourself going, get yourself moving. So the first thing you want to do is what? So finish this statement. What I really want to do is ... fill in the blank. If you can't answer that question, think about what do you do, or what do you write, or what do you say, what do you share, what do you create, what do you collaborate on, that when you're finished with it, people say, wow, I absolutely love that. That is fantastic. Can you do that again? Or can you send that to me? Or can you teach me how to do that? What is it in your life that you share with others that makes them really stop and say, that is very valuable to me? That could be an answer if you can't find one yourself. So what I really want to do is. Then, when you know what you want to do, you can move on to why. I want to do this so that, fill in the blank. I want to do this so that I can get out of the situation that I'm currently in financially. I want to do this so that I can believe in myself again. I want to do this so that I can be active and run around the park with my kiddos and not get winded and have to make excuses. Any of those kind of things, depending on what you said you want to do. Why do you want to do it? And again, if you're sitting on the surface and you're not really able to say why, keep asking yourself why. So a lot of times, if we're using weight loss as an example, people will say to me, I want to lose weight. Okay, why do you want to lose weight? Well, I want to be more comfortable in my skin. Okay, why is that important to you? Why does that matter to you? See what I'm doing? I'm asking why questions again and again and again. So we start up here with, I want to lose weight, pretty surface level. Anybody and their brother can say that, right? We keep asking why and why and why and why and why and why and why until we get down to why is that important to you? What does it really come down to? And a lot of times what it comes down to, like it did in my situation, is not really what we say first, I want to lose weight. It's, I want to feel confident again. I want to believe in myself again. I want to be a good example for my children. All of those kind of things. Hey girls, thanks for jumping on. So that's what you do when you're asking why, is continue to ask why and why and why and why and why until you really dig in and get deep underneath what you might say on the surface. Because what you have to do to be able to continue on this journey that you're going to start on and this path that you're setting for yourself, those brick walls that we've been talking about are going to come up all the time, all the time. If you don't have this strong reason why you want to do this strong desire and a purpose greater than just yourself, it's linked to something bigger than that, you're going to get to that 2-week mark and that brick wall that comes up and you're going to say, see ya, I'm out, I'm done. That's what we're trying to avoid here. So that why is really important. So step 3 are those statements we talked about, I can't because. So this again is where I want you to take this exercise and write down every single reason. Now that you say, this is what I want to do and this is why I want to do it, this is why I can't. These are the reasons why I can't. So I can't because I don't have the time. I can't because I don't have the money. I can't because I'm lazy. I'm a quitter. I've never done this before. I don't have enough knowledge. You know, all those things, they start spinning in your head. Every single one of those reasons, you write them down. I can't because. And what you'll be able to do is easier blow up those barriers and those brick walls later on because you've identified them up front. When you write down this I can't because, you're identifying where your barriers are going to be coming up. So you're already looking for them before you even get started. So now step 4, resources. What do you need? What do you think you lack, first of all, to be able to accomplish this goal that you've set out for yourself and this thing that you want to do? What do you think that you need that maybe you don't have? What do you need to know? What knowledge do you need to gain? What skills do you need to gain? Make a plan for that. Maybe it's people that you need to know. Maybe you need to know somebody, you need a mentor or something, or maybe you need a coach. Whatever that is, what do you need that has some skills that you don't have? So find those, identify what those are, and make a plan for getting connected with somebody that can help you in whatever you need, getting connected with a mentor, learn how you're going to learn those skills. Is there something at the library? Is there something online you can take? Are there some free resources? Whatever. What are those resources that you need, and how can you get them? So next, step 5 is resistance. So see, this is even before we get started on reaching those dreams that you're working for, identifying resistance. So what resistance are you meeting within yourself? Maybe looking at those I can't because statements. Where are you going to be resistant? Are you going to be resistant when you really start changing your habits? Are you going to be resistant when life happens and you planned your meals for the day and then your schedule goes totally out the window? Are you going to be resistant when you get tired? What is it that's going to happen for you that's going to cause you to be resistant along the way? Maybe you're going to have resistance from somebody else. Who else is going to be likely to be resistant of you pursuing this dream? Likely it'll be close family member, close friends, spouse, something like that, where you changing the schedule a little bit, not watching Netflix at night and working on your dream instead, learning the things you need to learn, whatever, it's going to affect them, right? You making these changes are affecting their day-to-day as well. So there's going to be some resistance in that, just like you have some resistance in that too. It's totally fair and valid that they're going to have some resistance as well. So you think about that up front, what resistance is going to come up, start having those conversations, be really genuine in listening to the concerns coming from other people as well as the concerns that you might have for yourself. But while you're doing that, keep your commitment to yourself in this. Keep your commitment to your dream and go back to that why you're doing this. Keep that as the thing that pulls you through, even as you're starting to have these resistance conversations, because it's going to be hard, but I guarantee you it's going to be worth it as you go through. So next, step 6, support. Who do you want in your corner? Who do you want in your cheering squad? Who do you want or need to advise you and support you and encourage you and challenge you and celebrate you? Who are those people? Identify them up front, let them in on what you're doing. Those people might be the same people that are going to have a little bit of resistance for you as well. That's totally fine. But as long as you have those conversations up front, then they'll be more likely to support you because you included them in the conversation and got that encouragement from them. And they're going to love having that role of supporting you and advising you and challenging you and calling you out, all those things. The people that really love you are going to absolutely be right there for you in the support. But you got to identify who those people are and really ask them to play that role for you. Ask them to help you stay on track. Ask them to help you work through those walls and those barriers and not let you just turn around. Maybe the times that you would have turned around before. Ask them to hold you to a different standard because you're going to be holding yourself to a different standard as well. So next, step 7, immediate action. So I know we're going through this planning phase here, and it can get really stagnant, and you can really hold yourself back in that planning phase and just get stuck in planning and planning and planning and never do, right? We don't want that. So as we're identifying all of these different things before we get started, now, what's one thing that you could do right now? Like after you get all this live, not right now, because I want you to listen to the rest of this, but what's one thing that you could do tonight? What's one thing that you could do tomorrow? What's one thing you could do over the weekend? If your kids are on spring break next week like mine are, what's one thing you could do extra next week? Something that when you identify maybe a big brick that's way down at the base of this barrier, what is something that if you started chipping away at that and you took a really big swing at it, that whole wall would come crumbling down? What is something that you could get started on immediately to do that? If you're looking at getting healthier and treating yourself better from a nutrition standpoint, maybe the one thing you could do is throw out the cookies. What? That's crazy, right? If that's something that's holding you back, that's one thing you can do right now. Throw out the cookies. Don't just put them in the top of the trash where you can be like, George Costanza and get it off the top. We've all, hey, not judging. We've done it. What's something that you could do to like take it, put it in the dumpster, whatever, something like that. So that's just an example of what you can do immediately. And then impact steps. So now that you've identified what can you do for immediate action, excuse me, what is one thing that you could do that would have the greatest impact? Oh, sorry guys. So again, it's one of those big bricks that it's so huge that if you identify that and you start working on that, man, that landslide of bricks is going to come tumbling down and you'll be able to move right on past that. What is that would have the greatest impact that you could do? You do something immediately and then you identify, okay, what's the big thing that I could do next? And that's what you start working on little by little. So 9, challenges. What will be the most challenging thing for you? What makes you the most nervous about what you're setting in front of yourself? What makes you, maybe it's something that you dread. What is that? Can you outsource that task? Can you ask someone else to help you prepare for it if it's something that just is really, really freezing you up? Ask that support that you identified before, those support people. Can you ask for some help with that? Find another approach. That's another thing you can do with your support folks, is just ask them to take a look at it. If you're stuck, they're going to see it from a different angle. We're all unique individuals, right? They're going to see it from a different angle. Ask them to help you get a different perspective and kind of take a different path on getting that done. And lastly, who do you need to become? What would, if you were right now that person that you need to become in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish, what would that person do in this moment right here? What would be the first thing that they would do? What would that person say to you? That person is alive and well inside of you, getting really excited by the fact that you're watching this live and that you're reading the blogs that I've been putting up and that you're actually allowing yourself to think about this. That's a big step, y'all. That is a big step. And now if you're going to take this 10-step action plan and start working on it, that little person inside of you is already there. Who you need to become is already there. Just been waiting for you to gain that confidence in yourself and take that chance, give yourself that challenge, and they are waiting to move forward. So that person is there. All you have to do is ask them. Who do I need to become? What do I need to do? What do I need to learn? All of those steps. So that is as much of a nutshell as I could put it into. But it's all really important, you guys. What I am done with in my own life and what I'm really passionate about helping others be done with as well is just saying, I want to do this, and stick it on the surface, and then not really committing and giving up on yourself in 2 weeks. That's kind of the time frame. Between 2 and 3 weeks is kind of where that cutoff happens. That, like, one of the things that I've been most consistent in my life since I was younger is not committing to myself and not being really honest with myself and not holding that as a priority to keep my promises to myself. So that's why I'm doing this. That's what this is all about for me. I hope that you're gaining some of that value as well. Because it's not so long ago that I was sitting on the other side of this, and I'm still in this journey. But that's what I want you to gain from this, is to be able to take these steps, start asking yourself these questions that maybe you haven't asked before. Maybe you've been a little scared to ask them, but you've gained some perspective and some confidence in watching this series so far, and you're willing to ask yourself those questions that are a little hard, a little difficult, a little challenging, but they're really the only way that you are going to create lasting and true change in your life, which I know is what you're looking for.